1 second. It's crazy what happens now. Like, I met this one lady that I used to work with on base. 1 second. I have to have the children brush their teeth. You want to brush your teeth? Gotta go to your kennel. I treat those dogs like they're my kids. So every morning now, they grab their little greenies, because I guess they can have them every day. I made a mistake with Shadow when he was younger. This is when I was working a lot, and I have a dog walker come in when I was at work, because I'd be at work for like 8 to 10 hours. And, we're gonna fetch that. Oh, there's a smell in here. Hold on. Okay. Oh, that was the first glass of water. But yeah, like, I didn't think that was gonna happen when I joined. Boot camp was a trip. Oh, if you want boot camp stories, I can't tell like in detail a lot, but I can tell you my experience. So, like, everyone got to call their parents, like, you know, when you get off the bus. So, that was another thing they forgot about me in boot camp. So, it was me and, like, 3 other girls. Our plane was late. Like, we met up at the airport with the other people who were also going to go into the Navy. And they take you and they separate you into, like, whatever group you're going to go into. And they put you in a ship. They give it a ship number. That's actually, I think, I was on the Hopper. I was in U.S. Hopper. I was Division... was it 244? I try to remember how we used to call it out. I think I was Division 224 or 244. 224 sounds better. Sounds right. And we couldn't march. We couldn't do shit. It was funny. It was so bad. I remember you would fall asleep while marching. I heard it was a trip back then. Like, it was better. I really think technology has made it worse. Only because I watched something recently that said like dating and stuff, I mean, how people interact is through text message, that a lot of people are missing key indicators of how to communicate with people, so that when you do have these men who are grown up or women who are grown up, they don't know how to actually talk to each other and read body language, and that's how assault happens too. So it's like, it's not just like you raise your kids wrong, or it's like a conglomerate of things put together, and I feel like that's what made this culture. And then you don't have anyone watching these kids. You really don't. Like, there should be parties. It's like a big frat club. That's all it is a big frat club now. And the military has changed into a business. It sucks. It's like any other business. People will throw you under the bus just to get ahead. Or you get hazed. I've been hazed. I was hazed by my first class. So, like, and these are not like, I'm sharing these to be like, it's like people don't know this. So, in Navy culture, if they really like you, when you're about to get out of the Navy, you have a checkout sheet. I still have mine. I'll find it. I'll find my checkout sheet. Hi, baby.
Hi, little baby. Good morning.
Good morning. Is you a happy baby? Is you a happy baby? Did you finish brushing your teeth? Did you finish brushing your teeth? It's you, little baby. It's you, little baby. You're just happy every morning. Just want some lovin's. Just want some lovin's. Scratchies.
That's Ella. She's a trip. She's a haircut. But it's still raining and wet and like, you're starting to get dreadlocks on your booty. We're gonna have to cut your hair. She's my favorite. She's my favorite girl in the house. Besides Talkie and Flower. But I think that's very honorable that you went and you swore in and you tried. A lot of people don't even do that nowadays. They don't try at all. So, like, props to you. That's really cool. And you know what? Like, I don't regret any of it. Like, if you met me 4 years ago, 5 years ago, see, even if something bad's happened to me, I try to find, like, the silver lining. Because if not, I will be a very bitter, angry person. And I've been that person, and it's not fun. I don't like being angry. I really don't. I'd rather laugh. I've learned how to laugh. Because in the military, you find a lot of reasons why not to laugh. Oh, checkout sheet. So what they did when I checked out in 2017 is that I had my checkout sheet. It's like a list, and people have to sign next to it. Like, you have to go give back your cat card. You have to go to like a training class to get a career on the outside. It's like 2 pages front back. They have to sign it. You have to go through every department. And I was an admin. I work admin, so like it should have been easy to get signatures, right? No. So what my first class, PS1 James. I hope to God she's not a PSC. What she used to do was put trash on my desk. She'd empty the trash can. Or I was in charge of another sailor. I won't say her name. But she was like our problem child, an admin. And bless her, you know, she was a younger version of me without a filter. At least me, I had a filter. This girl had no filter. It was funny as shit, but it was not good. She checked in with black and gold nails. And, like, she was legitimately like a younger me. Like, to the T. But she had a hard time adapting. So, you know, you make mistakes. This is her first command. She was very talkative. She talked with her hands. Like, she was a really, like, southern belle. That's all I can say. Like, she had a lot of personality. If she wasn't in the military, we would have been friends. But since we were in the military, no. Anytime she would do something wrong, I'd get in trouble. They tried giving her to other people in our office. They didn't want her. So I'm the one who got stuck with the situation of trying to effectively train someone who can't really be trained. Because when I would say stuff, I would say it out of tough love. There was one day I snapped on her so bad. I just didn't understand the disrespect. I would have never talked to my sponsor or the person who chaperoned me. Even though they were terrible to me, I would never talk to them that way. But spreadsheet, checking out. So basically what they did was, my first class, she kept ripping up my checkout sheet after I'd get like half my signatures on one side. So I had to go around and talk to other people. I'm like, this bitch is shredding my papers. I'm like, I'm not going to get out of here. And she was my SARP. So when I was harassed at work, this lady was my SARP. Didn't want her to be my SARP. She didn't know how to be a SARP. SARP is a like a liaison for, like, if you report sexual assault or if you report something, this person's supposed to like be your number one. This person's supposed to be there for you. I had to teach her how to fill out the paperwork. And then I'm like, I don't want you to be my SARP because, or whatever it's called, because they changed it probably by now. I'm like, you're my supervisor. This is a big conflict of interest. And she's the one who kept letting the NC back into the office. The dude that harassed me and almost assaulted me back into the office. So they would not let me go. Even though, like, I've been through so much stuff and she knew what I was going through, she would not let me go. It got so bad, I told the Master Chief as I was leaving, I'm like, this is what happened. He's like, why didn't you come to me sooner? I could have done something. Since you're getting out, there's really nothing I can do. I hope I was the last one hazed. Hazing is supposed to be, back in the day, it was supposed to be camaraderie or fun. You know, it's not fun. I ran into a bathroom 2 years after I got out of the Navy, because I worked on base, and I lived on base, and I was a contractor on base. I saw her in the bathroom. Oh, you don't know how bad I wanted just just take her head and smack her on the sink. But I couldn't, you know, I'm not a violent person. She's really one of the only people I'd ever want to put my hands on. She put her hands on me, so I had to take my checkout sheet. She backed me up against the wall. I took my sheet and shoved it down my shirt. And she was like trying to grab in front of a full office of people. This lady attacked me and tried to put her hands down my shirt. And you know what? No one in my office stood up for me. I had a YN, I think I had a YN2 at this point. We had 2 YN3s. We had a YNC who hated me too, and that she was not cool. She used to brag about drinking and driving and how she got away with it in Florida before she came up here to be our chief. Great story to tell sailors. And then my time was a nightmare. It was just nightmare after nightmare. Like, I don't want to say, like, I really don't have any regrets, because it taught me how not to go to jail. It taught me how not to put my hands on people. It tested my patience, my physicality, my mental health. It tested everything. But it made me stronger, you know. But I really think it's technology that is getting in the way. I heard, like, 3 years ago, they're giving them iPads now instead of books. Which, like, to their credit, I see how they're trying to make things easier for people who have learned with like, tablets, and now since things are changing. But if you do away with books, like paper books, I think it's not gonna be good. That's just my thought on technical training in the military, because we weren't even allowed to have cell phones. People, like, snuck cell phones into boot camp. People snuck food. weirdest stuff you'd find. The girls were the most disgusting. Like, we had a phantom pooper in our boot camp. Like, it was just, the men's division looked more fun. They actually got along with each other. The girls, we'd have at night like a talking stick, and I swear, or like a hairbrush, and these girls would just be mollywopping each other, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to sleep. Like, it's like kind of like prison. I've never been to prison, but I'm pretty damn sure this is how it would feel. Or jail. I've never been to jail. But yeah, military was not for me. My dad was in the army, so he's like, it's fun. If you're selling stuff on the black market overseas, yeah, probably could be fun. Not now. But my dad even hates people in the military.
Yeah, what's your deal, boo-boo?
Like, they put Drano in some dude's shoes that they knew or that they didn't like, or he wasn't supposed to be there, because the Navy will randomly try to get anybody at some point, even if they have a medical condition that they're not supposed to be in for. There's this girl, no offense to her, but she had, like, her legs were so swollen on the bottom. She couldn't even fit her legs in boots. She was not supposed to be there. I don't think she made it. She's the one who made me sick in boot camp. She went, and I felt all the germs go. Oh, she made me so sick. I had a double sinus infection trying to run my PRT to get out of boot camp because of her. But also, when you go into the military, you do get a security clearance. Those security clearances in the outside world are worth $40,000 plus, probably 60 now. So like that helped me get some jobs. Otherwise, I would have been. I've worked some minimum wage jobs, and in between trying to get government contractor jobs, it was almost worth all the shit. But thank you so much. I love talking. So when my husband wants to go to sleep, because we sleep in fireman shifts, because he works nights, and then I'm an early bird and a night owl. So like, where is it going with that? When he goes to bed. He goes to bed, and I'm telling him goodnight, and I'll tuck him in. I'll keep talking to the point I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta leave. Okay, you gotta sleep. I just like talking. I think it's from like not being able to talk to people for so long. Now she's like, now I like talking. I'm allowed to talk, so you know, for all that lost time. But I appreciate you, and I care, and I can't wait to see your garden. It's gonna be so fun. And definitely take pictures. I've been looking at some gardening books from like England. Their gardens, they're so pretty. Like, I know it's gonna take a couple of years, but I'm gonna make the outside like an oasis. That's the one thing I can thank my dad is that. So I come from a long line of farmers. I figured that out like maybe a year ago. There is still a Greshner family in, forget what state. There's a Greshner farm if you look it up. Where are they? They're like in the middle of the USA, but they have a whole farm. It's a whole farm. And then that's where we came from. We were farmers, I guess, from Pennsylvania. Originally, a lot of my dad's side came over from Ireland, from Germany, from the Czech. What was the other thing that used to be over there? Hungary, and there was a funny story about how like my past ancestors met. I guess there was two Greshners in a village, but they weren't related. And then I can track them back at least 3 generations, but like I don't have any contact with anyone within my family to confirm. Because they all like my daddy.